On this, I apologize, on this Speak from the Soul Saturday, we're going to do just that and let my soul do the talking. Welcome to another edition of the Lovable Lunatic Lounge. I am your host as always, Easy Eddie Bainey, whatever you want to call me, wild card, lunatic, playboy, whatever you want to call me. I feel like I'm finally rolling all my personas into one great character. And it's not about being a perfect person for me today. It's about being in love with the person and the man I am. Because every day I go on, I grow. I become more clear in the brain. My passion speaks more fluently. My words are more meaningful. And I always say this lately, if you don't sound believable, they ain't gonna believe in you. Gone are the days where I have to lie or mask my depression or how I'm feeling. Gone are the days where I have to come up with little white lies like, oh, well, I'm going into work early, knowing that you could call in to work and know I'm not doing it. Like, that's senseless. That's senseless to me. And I pray and feel for anybody who feels like they got to do that. You don't got to lie. Just be honest. Get open. Get real. Get serious. Fire up. And that's what this video is here today, you know. I often talk about necessary evil, using necessary evil for the greater good. I've been speaking this message since as long as I can remember, but it wasn't believable because I didn't even believe in me. I didn't know what the fuck necessary evil was. I thought it was doing sadistic, twisted things. And it's not. Necessary evil is doing something that may not be, you know, completely thorough, or no, it's thorough. It may not be completely serene and godlike, but God knows you are doing it for the right reasons. You have great intentions. You have nothing but the best intentions, pure, clean, honest, helpful, compassionate intentions. So when I tell you this next story, understand that this is me speaking my life. Okay, so I'm going to just get right into it. There was this woman, or I should say girl. She's a little girl right now, but hopefully along this path she's taken, she'll find her maturity, learn that her words don't mean shit. It's the actions, it's the footwork that you put in that makes that lip service meaningful. I was, you know, in my playboyish ways when I first got out of treatment. I have no problem admitting that. I used tools that I had for the wrong reasons. I was looking at every woman in every direction. You know how we are in early recovery. That's a real thing. That is a real thing. So you know, I stumbled across this gorgeous, glowing, goddess-like chick, and I shot my shot. My words were all scrambled, you know. I did have ill intent, and, you know, obviously it went the way you thought it would go, right? So, anyway, I was in my first recovery house, right? And I love them guys. I still do, even though some of them don't got love for me. I'll get into that in a second, but so there was this female. We went to the beach. There was this female, and something about her just stood out to me. So I did something I don't normally do. I went out of my comfort zone, just trying to, you know, get to know. And right then and there, I seen some evil characteristics, some shit that I used to be stuck with in my younger years. I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna take this chick under my wing. I'm gonna see if maybe, you know, Easy Eddie can't have some. Eddie Easy can't have some influence in her life, can't use my, you know, use some sickness in me to get her well, you know. And that's the first mistake. You can't save nobody unless they're trying to save themselves. But, you know, we experiment. We do things out of the greater good in our hearts while using necessary evil. I feel like I learned how to use necessary evil. Long story short, you know, there were sides, there were subliminal messages, and I acted oblivious to it, like I didn't have a clue, while, you know, knowing that I had a subliminal message the whole time in the whole process, right? So long story short, I stick around, let her think she's playing me, using me as her attention seeker, as her boredom buddy, right? I stayed thorough because I needed to prove something to myself. I needed to prove that it wasn't her intent that mattered, it was mine. It was the willingness, the determination, the passion to help another addict while they're young. Because what good is my message if I ain't applying it to life, right? So I used this trial run, and I did things with her that I don't normally do because I wanted to test that if I could do this for the wrong person, somebody that don't even give a fuck. Imagine what I would do for the right person. I wanted to kick the tire to see if I could be a loyal, thoroughbred, honest, downright, bottom barrel gentleman. Bottom barrel meaning we're not a dime a dozen. We are one in a million. We're the rarities. We're the rare breeds. We are your gems in a bag full of rhinestones, So knowing that you're one percenters. So I did some things, auditioned. I, kissed her early. I said things to her that I wanted to say to this other female that maybe, were meant for the right one. And not say, and somewhere along the way, I will be honest, I did sympathize with her. I caught a fraction of feelings, and as she would lie to me and spin her web, try to suck me in with her words, I let her proceed, because sometimes you need to let people feel like they're taking advantage of you in order to strike a message. And long story short, I got tired of the game, right? God kept telling me, you know what, your purpose here is not being seen. Why don't you just end this knowing that you did it for the right reasons? And it's been eating at me all week. I seen her on Saturday, and I asked her for some of her time. Like, she approached me like nothing happened, and I just looked at her like, what the fuck are you even approaching me for? But I thought better about it. I went outside with her. I was like, look, I want to talk to you. And that was going to be my point, to let her know what was going on and let her know, yeah, I did feel for her. And if she did get her shit right along the way, maybe I would still be here. If the time comes around where she found out I was a thorough motherfucker that actually cared, and if she proved to me she could maybe do the same thing, maybe that attention would go from the chick that I was auditioning for to her. Maybe that audition would be for a bigger purpose. But, I hold no ill will towards her, and I apologize for making her like a pawn in it, but she hit me with nothing. And I seen her again on Thursday at the meeting I go to every Thursday, and, I wanted to approach her and be like, yo, no hard feelings, but that's not on me. I know I don't have hard feelings, and why should I apologize for doing what was right in my heart, for trying to help another addict when they didn't want to fucking be helped? That's not on you, that's on them. You can't be Mr. Hero, Captain Save-A-Ho. You can be a legend, knowing that you're doing this for the right reasons, that you're thorough, that you're genuine and compassionate, wanting nothing else in return. So to that young lady, I just want to say, I'm not going to apologize. I don't have to apologize. One day I hope you apologize, but I'm not going to sit here, beg for it, or ask for that. That's on God's time. What I hope is that you learn something from me, that you get it, that all these subliminal messages I said to you, you get the bigger picture. Something strikes through to you, because there's no joy in constantly bragging about, well, I go here and I'm doing this for the wrong reasons, but I think you see the good, so I'm gonna, yeah. No, there's nothing good in spreading your legs, getting all depressed because you end up hurting. Oh my God, I can't find a good guy. Why am I here? Maybe I should die. No, you gotta act patient. You gotta understand that you're fucking up in the game. That's on you. That bullet will hit you one day. And when it hits you, I hope you understand that I was just here to do God's work. It was all for a bigger plan. One day you'll realize you do need me. And maybe I do need people like you to grow. But I'll be damned if you don't need me. But I had no animosity towards that little munchkin. She's just a little fish in a big pond. And I hope she develops into a dolphin in that same ocean. You know what I'm saying? Because living that way, you're going to drown. I'm lucky to be here to talk about because I was that way once and all I wanted to do was drown. Save yourself, man. Be about this real shit. Be about recovery. Put your recovery on the line. Act like this is life or death because you got the chance to get it now while people are begging for that opportunity. You know, being able to give a message like this, I would have never been able to have the balls to do things like this. So I want to give some shout outs right now. I want to shout out White Deer Run, Lancaster, for saving my life in the first place. That's where I found God and my spirituality. I want to thank everybody at the Way. Dennis, me and you have had some great moments the past week. I appreciate your apology. I hope you accepted mine as well. You're a good dude, Dennis. You're an inspiration, man. I'm glad we're on good terms. I'm glad I can call you a friend. Ivan, I'm sorry for leaving the way I did, but I had to do what I had to do. That was the first of my many money moves, and hope you understand that you guys were a part of this process. And I thank you, because if it was not for that program, I wouldn't have been able to conduct this experiment. To all my brothers at PMP, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Jim, Jarvis, Lefty, you guys have been role models to me. I look up to y'all. Y'all are idols, real life idols. It just means I'm so grateful. So when I tell you guys I'm going to do something, not only do I do it, but I go tenfold. I go tenfold. All right? I go ham with it. Man, I'm starting to get emotional. To my little brother, T Grizzly, I know I get hard on you sometimes. I know I come across as a dick, but I'm doing it for good, man, because I know you're like me, and I know you got this greatness inside of you. Fire the fuck up, kid. We get to live out a dream tomorrow and go give back to those like us, to these kids, man. We get to talk to these kids that are caught up in this game. Fire up and be yourself, because you got a story to tell, my brother. I love you so much. I am so proud of you, and I can't wait to see where this journey takes us. Somebody told me earlier this week, if the two of us stick together, anything is possible. And that's weird, because that's one of the quotes from my favorite movies, The Sixth Man. My man Marlon Wayans, he needed Anton. You're my sixth man. I need you, T. To my brothers, my double D's, Dwight, Dalton, nothing but love, yo. I know I don't talk to y'all all the time, but I want you to see your boys actually doing the damn thing. To my church, LCBC, I thank you for helping me give the message of God, letting me save myself, letting me give back and doing service work. I want to thank everybody in this program that's helped me along the way. I want to give a special shout to three people. First off, I want to thank the God of my understanding for another day clean and serene. All the grace and glory goes to him. I want to thank my father for raising me and teaching me how to be a man. I wish you were here, Pops. I want you to see this me, but I know you're up there. I know you're proud, man. That's all I ever wanted to do was make you proud, Dad. I love you. I love you. To Alyssa, to my unborn child, I should say, I still love your mother. I still do. You're up there with her. That'll never change. But we could just not get it together. She couldn't. But when I seen her in that gurney, when I was freaking out in the hospital, that's the moment that changed my life. Because I do deserve better than the life that she lived. And I'm getting better. So one day, me and you will meet again. You'll come in the form of another person, and I can't wait to cherish that moment. To the dolphin that I conducted this experiment for. I can't say what the future is. I know I'm not as artistic, as good looking or charming as some of the dudes you go after, but check this out. Maybe we're not so different. I am creative in my own right. I am passionate. The way I see you fellowshipping, taking women under your wing, being a mentor, hitting these meetings, spreading that spectacular smile, I want some of that. And whether I get the role or not that I want, I'm proud to have you in my life, and I got love for you. I do. To the little fish that I was conducting this experiment on, I got love for you too. And maybe you can evolve to be that dolphin. I don't know what the future holds right now. I'm loving me and being me, and the right person will latch onto that and want that feeling that they can taste, feel, see forever until the abyss comes. Maybe one day that will be you. I don't know. I know I'm doing me. And to my mom and my nephew, my little dog, my mini-me, hey T, remember what you said to me right before I went into treatment about if I get out of this bullshit and get my shit together, I'm going to have a hell of a story to tell? Hey, guess what? We're right here telling it, bro. And I want nobody else to be my author. I am so proud of the young man you are becoming. Just remember what I tell you. Don't get caught up with these women. Don't get caught up with the, you know what? I love you, kid. Anytime you need advice, I'm always here for you. To the woman that made me, the most beautiful woman in the world, Donna Marie Haig. Donna Marie Haig Feig. I love you, Mom. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. I put you through so much misery, so much pain, so much suffering. But I hope your soul is soothed knowing that your son's not suffering anymore. He's actually doing something right. I love you so much, Mom. You're my everything. Thank you for never giving up on me and always believing in me. And to my old self, I just want to say, you've had such good shit to say, all these wonderful messages. It's about time you finally applied them to yourself. You're becoming clear. You're showing how smart, how witty, how determined you are. There is still hunger and passion in your eyes. There is still determination and willingness to look at the next person and say, I did not quit. I didn't. At all cost. I'm still here. And I'm going to be here the next day. The day after that. I've been here. I've always been here. And I'm chasing after that money in the bank briefcase. I feel like I've grabbed it and I'm just waiting for the right opportunity to bash it over somebody's head and get my world title. I'm on my way. And I wouldn't be on my way if it wasn't for people that paved the way. I love y'all. And I know you love me too. Peace, love, and positivity. Lunatic out.